Hey there guys, this is Canadian Phantom, and today I am bringing you part 2 of 3 about getting my first job. So, to introduce the video fast, this is me last night getting a Rush Moab with the AK-47 silenced on Domination in Ground War. So, before I start the video, if any of you haven't seen part 1 already, I would advise you go see it right now or else you won't really understand what's going on. And the link should be anywhere above, so click on that. Now, moving on, I've only worked 2 days so far, so I'm pretty brand new still. And I worked last Saturday and Sunday. They have me working only on weekends because I have exams coming up and just a ton of schoolwork right now, and it's all crazy. But I worked on the second and third day of opening. Right now, I think it's only been open 8 days. It opened last Friday. But from what I've seen so far, it's actually not a bad job, you know? I have been working as a dishwasher for the last couple days because the people that were supposed to be actually doing that quit right after they did their first shift. So whenever I was going in to do that, he came up to me and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna be on dish duty today, by the way, and 4 people quit after their first job." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know what to really expect there. You know, you don't usually hear people say that to you. So for dishwashing, what they did was the guy who owns the place, Scott, he brought me over to this place where you do all the dishwashing, and it's like right beside the kitchen, and in between the kitchen and it is where the waiters come in, and they just pass all the plates and stuff through this little spot for me to take them, and then I just put them in the dishwasher and wash them. For the most part, that's all I have to do. But sometimes, like for pans, whenever they're actually, you can't put them through the dishwasher to clean them. You actually have to put them in the sink and use your hand, and you freaking scrape at them forever. Like, I cut myself at least 5 times from that because I had to use this little metal thing to take it off, like a metal sponge basically, and it cut my hand so much, and it was such a pain. Another thing that pissed me off was the actual dishwasher itself, because basically what you did was whenever you take it, right, because you have to go at fast pace, so I would take them and I put them in a little tray like right away and put them in the last 45 seconds. Once you're done that, you cannot touch it. Like, you can take it out with your hand, but like barely. If you touch any part of the plates or if the water falls on you, it burns your hand. So what I had to do was like wait a couple seconds, just put my hand in there really fast and grab the end of it and pull it out to the other side and then put a new one in. And then I had to let it sit there for like a minute and a half or else it would burn my hand to touch the freaking plates. Anything except for the plastic. The plastic plates were fine to touch, but that was basically not even 5% of all the stuff that I had to wash. Moving on from complaining though. So on that first day, he basically told me very little things. He didn't even teach me really how to work the dishwasher. Tell me that I didn't really have to wash anything, just put it in there. So I ended up starting to wash everything at first, and I was getting all filled up, and I was basically falling behind on everything. The guy that was there before me, he was just doing it because they had nobody else to do it, and it was really bad. He had fallen behind so much. The spot where they would pass along all the dishes and stuff, that was full. Plus, all the sinks were full. We have 2 big sinks. They were full too. And he had 3 sets ready to go inside of the dishwasher. So there I was starting off already behind because he didn't really know how to do his job properly. Well, he probably did because he was helping out with the bit after, just because he felt really bad because he had done that to me. And he didn't really try is what I'm guessing. He knew exactly what he was doing. So after about my first hour of work, like hectic work, Scott came in to see how I was doing, and I had fallen behind a lot. He was mad. Like, you couldn't tell that he was mad because he was hiding it, but he got in there and he's like, "You cannot be behind like this," and he was showing me how to not be behind, and it was just annoying. He came in there and basically did all the work for me. I was just standing there just la-di-da, just watching him do it. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see how you do that. Now how do you do this?" And then he would do that for me and basically caught me up to speed really fast. He told me that the reason I was behind is because I wasn't working hard enough, and that got me mad because I was working as hard as I could to get it back on track. And you know, you don't want to make a bad first impression. Like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was pissed off. I was behind, and it wasn't my freaking fault. At one point while he was helping me, he did the dishwasher part and showed me that. And while we were doing that, there was this part where it said that it needed to cool down for a minute and a half, and I had never seen that before. So here I am, I had no freaking clue what was going on, so I decided, take my chance with it, and I told them that it's been doing that after every single one. I flat out lied, but, I don't want to make a bad first impression on him, and I didn't even deserve that bad first impression. I was working my ass off, so don't think I'm an evil person, but I straight out lied to him. So after he left, I was still behind by a lot. So what happened was the guy who was in before me and actually had me in this whole mess that wasn't my fault. I guess he felt bad because he knew it wasn't my fault. And he came in and he helped me fix everything up to order, and he showed me a couple of tips. Like, he was a guy you could tell who didn't give a fuck. He's like, oh, you just take it out here, put it in there, who gives a shit, and it will wash itself. He's just giving me all these cool tips about it. He was a guy who didn't like the work, and he was doing a half-assed job the entire time. So after about an hour, we were finished and I was back on track, and then he left and went back to his work as one of the chefs. At first I thought he was a real asshole, but, after a bit, he was actually a nice guy. I could really talk to him. He was, like, almost my age, so he was a really chill guy. After that, I basically knew how to run the position, and I was getting bored. Like, I was going so fast that I had nothing to do. I had it waiting in the dishwasher. Everything was on the shelves, and I had nothing to do but just sit there. All in all, though, I thought I did a pretty good job, and, I was proud of myself. Even some of the other people that worked there, like the kitchen boss, who was my actual real boss, told me that I was doing fine for my first day of the job. So like I said, I was proud of myself. But that's it for this video. Stay tuned for part 3, which should be coming out within the next week or so. And thanks for watching. This is Canadian Phantom saying out. Peace, guys.